Okay. So have you ever heard those stories,
Yeah.
about people who start with like absolutely nothing
Yeah.
and then end up like wildly successful?
Mm-hmm.
The ones that seem almost too good to be true.
Right.
Well, get ready
Okay.
because we're diving into one
Right.
that's not only completely true,
Okay.
but it might just make you rethink
Okay.
what's actually possible.
It's fascinating how we often just focus on like the end result,
Yeah.
the dazzling success without, really understanding the path that led there,
Right.
the struggles, the setbacks, the sheer grit it takes to actually build something from nothing.
Exactly.
That's the real story.
And that's precisely what we're exploring today.
Okay.
The story of Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba.
Oh, wow.
We're talking about someone who went from modest beginnings in China
Right.
to leading one of the world's most influential companies.
And what makes his story particularly compelling, especially for anyone thinking about starting their own venture,
Right.
is that Jack Ma's journey, it's anything but like a straight line to success.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
We're talking about someone who failed school multiple times, got rejected from over 30 jobs,
Wow.
even being told he was no good,
Oh my goodness.
which isn't exactly the typical CEO resume, is it?
Definitely not.
No.
But those early challenges seem to have been the crucible where his resilience and adaptability were forged.
Right.
And those qualities became the cornerstones of his success.
So how did he go from those early struggles to building a multi-billion-dollar empire?
Right.
Let's dive into the early life of Jack Ma and see if we can uncover some clues.
Well, Jack Ma wasn't born into privilege.
Okay.
He was born in Hangzhou, China in 1964.
Okay.
His family were traditional musicians, and his early academic life was, let's just say, marked by a series of, shall we say, detours.
Detours is putting it mildly.
Yeah.
He failed his primary school exams twice, his middle school graduation exams 3 times.
Oh.
And when it came to applying to universities,
Yeah.
10 rejections.
10! You'd think that level of rejection would be enough to make anyone give up,
I know.
but not Jack Ma.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what kept him going.
Right.
Was it pure stubbornness? Or was there something deeper,
Yeah.
like a belief in himself that just wouldn't quit?
I think it was a combination of factors,
Okay.
but his persistence definitely speaks to a core characteristic of successful entrepreneurs.
Okay.
The ability to view setbacks not as defeats, but as opportunities to learn and refine your approach.
And speaking of refining your approach,
Yeah.
it reminds me of how DreamSoft helps businesses do just that.
Right.
Just like Jack Ma had to adapt and learn, DreamSoft provides services like website development and SEO
Okay.
to help businesses constantly evolve their strategies in today's dynamic digital landscape.
That's a great parallel.
Yeah.
So while Jack Ma didn't necessarily ace his exams, he eventually did make it into Hangzhou Normal University.
Okay.
On his 3rd attempt, graduating with a degree in English.
Wow.
But even with a degree,
Right.
breaking into the job market proved to be another uphill battle.
It sounds like rejection was becoming a familiar theme in his life.
It seems that way.
I mean, who gets rejected from 30 jobs?
Wow.
Even trying to become a police officer.
Oh my goodness.
What happened there?
The feedback he received was blunt.
Oh, no.
You are no good.
Ouch.
Imagine the blow to your confidence after hearing that.
Yeah, you really have to admire his resilience, though.
Absolutely.
He just wouldn't give up.
And it's important to remember that this level of resilience is something that can be cultivated.
Right.
It's not about avoiding failure altogether.
Okay.
It's about developing the mental toughness to bounce back from it.
Right.
To see each setback as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock.
So what did he do after all those rejections?
Well, after all those setbacks, he returned to familiar territory using his English skills to teach at his alma mater, Hangzhou Normal University.
Okay.
He even launched a translation services business, tapping into his linguistic talents.
Okay, so still not exactly Alibaba territory.
Right.
But you can see those entrepreneurial wheels starting to turn.
Yeah.
He's clearly someone who's not afraid to try new things to create opportunities for himself.
Exactly.
Yep.
But the real turning point, the moment that changed everything, came in 1995.
Okay.
Jack Ma took his first trip to the United States.
And discovered the internet.
Yes.
This has to be where the light bulb really goes off.
He was trying to find information online about Chinese beer.
Okay.
And was astonished to discover that there was absolutely nothing, zero results.
Wait, no Chinese beer on the entire internet.
Yeah.
Knowing how prevalent Chinese products are around the world now?
Right.
That seems unbelievable.
It might seem strange now.
Yeah.
But remember, this was the mid-90s.
Okay.
The internet was in its infancy.
Mm.
And that seemingly insignificant detail, the absence of Chinese beer online,
Yeah.
sparked something huge in Jack Ma's mind.
Okay.
He recognized the massive untapped potential of connecting Chinese businesses
Right.
to a global audience through this new online world.
Yeah.
It was his aha moment.
So what did he do with this newfound insight?
Right.
How did he go from realizing this gap in the market to actually taking action?
Well, he returned to China brimming with ideas and launched a website called China Pages. Think of it as an early online directory of Chinese businesses and their products designed to showcase them to the world.
So this was his first step into the world of online marketplaces, the seed that would eventually grow into Alibaba.
Precisely. And it was a brilliant example of identifying a gap in the market and creating a solution. It highlights the fact that sometimes the most significant opportunities are hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone with a keen eye and a bit of entrepreneurial courage to seize them.
And that's what makes platforms like Dreamsoft so valuable. Isn't it just like Ma's early website aimed to connect businesses? Dreamsoft helps companies bridge that gap with their audience through things like custom-designed Shopify stores and targeted landing pages. They provide the digital tools and expertise to make those crucial connections in today's crowded online marketplace.
That's a great point, but like many startups, China Pages faced challenges, particularly when it came to securing funding and convincing investors of its potential. Sadly, the venture eventually had to shut down.
It's almost hard to believe, considering what he went on to achieve.
Yeah.
So did this setback deter him? Did he start to doubt his vision?
Not at all. It seems that failure for Jack Ma was simply another opportunity to learn and adapt. In fact, his next move was a strategic one. He took a position with the Chinese government at the Ministry of Foreign Trade and Economic Cooperation.
That's interesting. What was his strategy there? It seems like a departure from his entrepreneurial ambitions.
It might appear that way on the surface, but it was a shrewd move. This role allowed him to build a network of crucial contacts and gain a deeper understanding of the intricacies of international trade. He even crossed paths with Jerry Yang, a founding member of Yahoo during this time.
So he was playing the long game, networking, gathering intel, even while working what some might consider a regular job.
Exactly. He was always thinking ahead, laying the foundation for his next big move. And that move, of course, was the creation of Alibaba.
Okay, so let's talk about the birth of Alibaba. It's 1999. What's the scene? How does it all come together?
Picture this: Jack Ma in his apartment gathered with 18 people, including his wife. This small group was about to embark on a journey that would change the world of e-commerce forever. He shared a bold vision with them to create an online platform that would directly connect Chinese businesses with buyers from all corners of the globe. That platform born in that humble apartment was Alibaba.
Wow, starting in an apartment with just 18 people, it's mind-boggling when you consider what a global powerhouse Alibaba has become. What was it about his vision that convinced those 18 people to join him? Was it his sheer passion? The clarity of his ideas?
It was likely a combination of factors. There's a certain magnetism that visionary leaders possess, an ability to inspire others to believe in their dreams, and Jack Ma clearly had that. But as you can imagine, those early days were fraught with challenges. Securing funding proved to be a major hurdle.
I can imagine convincing investors to back a seemingly untested concept, especially in the nascent world of e-commerce. Couldn't have been easy.
It wasn't. Many investors simply didn't grasp his vision. They saw his business model as unproven, even risky. He was met with rejection after rejection.
And this is where that resilience we talked about earlier really comes into play. He could have easily given up, but he didn't.
Exactly. His belief in his vision never wavered. And that's another crucial trait for success, that unwavering belief in yourself and your ideas, even in the face of doubt and rejection.
But eventually, someone must have seen the potential, recognized what Jack Ma was trying to create.
Yes. Eventually, he managed to secure funding from Goldman Sachs and SoftBank. These investors saw past the perceived risk and recognized the potential of Alibaba to revolutionize global trade. It was a game changer.
It was a massive turning point. But I'm guessing the journey wasn't smooth sailing from there. The dot-com bubble burst must have been a turbulent time for a fledgling internet company like Alibaba.
It was a challenging period for all internet companies, and Alibaba was no exception. They faced tough decisions like closing down several international offices and shifting their focus back to the Chinese market. They had to be agile and adaptable to weather the storm.
So they had to pivot to adjust their strategies based on the changing market, much like businesses have to do today.
Precisely. Just as Jack Ma had to navigate those uncertain times, DreamSoft helps businesses today stand out in a constantly shifting digital landscape. Their SEO and content writing services help companies refine their messaging and ensure their voices are heard, even amidst the noise and competition of the online world.
It's all about being able to adapt and evolve to stay ahead of the curve, isn't it? So how did Alibaba navigate the aftermath of the dot-com crash? What was their strategy for recovery and growth? Well, we left off with Alibaba facing the fallout of the dot-com crash, having to make some tough decisions just to stay afloat.
Right.
It makes you wonder, how did they manage to not just survive, but thrive in the aftermath?
They recognized that while the global market was in turmoil, there was still an immense untapped potential within China itself.
Okay.
They doubled down on their efforts in their home market,
Right.
leading to the birth of Taobao, Alibaba's consumer-to-consumer platform.
Taobao. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So is it kind of like the Chinese version of eBay?
While there are similarities to eBay,
Okay.
Taobao took a distinctly different approach.
Okay.
It focused on building a sense of community among buyers and sellers, fostering trust and transparency.
Yeah.
This resonated deeply with the Chinese market and propelled Taobao to surpass eBay's popularity within China.
So by focusing on the specific needs and nuances of their home market,
Right.
they were able to turn a challenging time into an opportunity for growth.
Absolutely.
The powerful insight for any business facing a changing landscape.
It really is. And it's worth noting that Taobao's success was also driven by its user-friendly interface.
Right.
And focus on mobile accessibility,
Right.
recognizing the growing importance of smartphones even in those early days.
Yeah.
These innovations further fueled Alibaba's expansion.
It's amazing to see how they were able to pivot and innovate,
Right.
even in the face of adversity.
Yeah.
But what about their global ambitions?
Yeah.
Did they eventually return to the international market?
They did, but this time they took a more strategic approach, learning from their previous experience.
Okay.
Instead of trying to establish themselves directly in new markets,
Right.
they focused on building partnerships and acquiring companies that complemented their strengths.
Right. So a more collaborative and calculated approach to global expansion,
Exactly.
rather than just trying to conquer new territories on their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
This strategic approach paid off handsomely.
Okay.
In 2014, they went public with a record-breaking IPO
Wow.
on the New York Stock Exchange.
Okay.
It was a defining moment for Alibaba, cementing its place as a global powerhouse.
That IPO was massive.
It was
They raised billions, didn't they?
over $25 billion, the largest IPO in history at the time.
Wow.
It was a clear signal that Alibaba had arrived on the global stage from those humble beginnings in an apartment to a company valued at hundreds of billions of dollars. It's a truly remarkable journey.
It is, but what can we learn from Jack Ma's incredible journey?
Right.
What insights can we glean from his experiences beyond just the financial success of Alibaba?
One of the most striking takeaways is his unwavering resilience.
Right.
He faced rejection and setbacks at every turn, yet he never gave up on his vision.
Yeah.
He embodies the idea that failure is not an end, but a stepping stone to greater understanding and eventual success.
It's that never give up attitude.
Yeah.
That ability to bounce back from challenges. That seems to be a common thread among successful entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. But it's not just about resilience.
Right.
Jack Ma was also incredibly visionary.
Yeah.
He saw the potential of the internet to transform global trade even when many others were skeptical.
Right.
And he understood the importance of building trust and fostering connections, recognizing that technology was simply a tool to facilitate human interaction.
He had that rare ability to anticipate trends and connect with people on a deeper level.
Yeah.
Even in the digital realm, it reminds me of how DreamSoft approaches its work with businesses.
Right.
We don't just build websites or create content.
Right.
They strive to understand the unique needs of each business and help them connect with their target audience in a genuine and authentic way.
That's a great observation. Building trust and creating meaningful connections are at the heart of any successful business, whether it's a global giant like Alibaba or a local startup just starting out.
Yeah.
And Jack Ma's story underscores the importance of those human elements,
Right.
even in the increasingly digital world we live in.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into the life and lessons of Jack Ma.
We have.
From those early struggles to the remarkable success of Alibaba. It's a story that challenges us to rethink what's possible.
It is, and it raises an important question for all of us.
Yeah.
What resonates most with you from his story?
Okay.
What aspects of his journey, his challenges, his triumphs, his way of thinking speak to you on a personal level?
That's a great question for our listeners to ponder.
Yeah.
Jack Ma's journey is a testament to the power of vision resilience
Right.
and the belief in one's ability to make a difference in the world.
Absolutely.
And while we may not all aspire to build global empires,
Right.
there are valuable lessons we can glean from his experiences and apply to our own lives, our own pursuits, our own dreams.
Even after achieving extraordinary success, Jack Ma continues to emphasize the importance of continuous learning and adapting to change.
Right.
And that's a crucial reminder for all of us, especially in today's fast-paced world.
Yes.
Staying informed, being open to new ideas, and constantly seeking to improve ourselves.
Right.
These are the keys to navigating an ever-evolving landscape.
And speaking of navigating the digital landscape,
Yeah,
DreamSoft offers a range of services designed to help businesses do just that.
that's right.
From crafting compelling website content to optimizing their online presence for search engines, they provide the tools and expertise to help companies thrive in the digital age.
So as we conclude our deep dive, I'd like to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
Jack Ma's story reminds us that success doesn't come with a roadmap or a guarantee.
Right.
It's a journey filled with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected turns. But it's through those challenges that we discover our resilience, our creativity, and our true potential.
And if there's one key takeaway from Jack Ma's extraordinary journey, it's this.
Okay.
Never underestimate the power of an unwavering belief in yourself and your vision,
Right.
even in the face of adversity.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the greatest successes arise from the most unlikely of beginnings.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of Jack Ma and Alibaba.
Yes.
We hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
And we'd love to continue the conversation if you could ask Jack Ma one question.
Yeah.
What would it be? Share your thoughts with us on social media, and let's keep the discussion going. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.